Hey guys, and in this video I want to talk about a common problem that every website owner is going to face. And it doesn't matter if you're new and just starting your site or if you have a well-established site. Sooner or later you will have this problem. And the problem that I'm talking about is bounces. And if you don't know what a bounce is when a user visits your site, doesn't click on any links, doesn't go to any pages, and just leaves without any type of interaction with your site. In short, they visit your site, they don't do anything, and then they just bounce away. And this is a big problem for website owners because a bounce is in essence a lost opportunity. They're gone and they may never come back. Now, it doesn't matter how big or how small your site is. In general, you're going to have 50, 60, 70, even sometimes as much as 80% of your site traffic bounce away. And this doesn't mean there's necessarily a problem with you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing something wrong. You have to remember that people on the internet have a very short attention span. So what you need to do, though, is take whatever action you can in order to grab that visitor's attention and keep them from leaving without either opting in, making a purchase, or at the very least interacting with your website. Now, to emphasize this problem, I want to show you some of the statistics from my own website. So you can see right down here, I've had 247,399 sessions, 108,083 unique users, and those users have viewed just over 451,000 pages. Now, if we actually go up here, though, we can take a look at my bounce rate, and you can see it's consistently over 70%. What this means is 70%, sometimes as much as 80% of the people that are viewing my site are leaving without taking any type of interaction. Now, I do some affiliate marketing on my site, so a certain percentage of those people are clicking my affiliate link, and that's fine. They'll show as a bounce. But there is still a lot of traffic that are coming to my trainings. They're coming to my freebie section. They're not doing anything. They're not opting in. They're not clicking on any of my links, and they are leaving without any benefit to me whatsoever. And my goal here is to capture as much of this traffic as possible. If we actually go down here, we can see on average, 40+% of my site visitors are new visitors. These are people who have never been to my site before. And I think you're going to find that these statistics are similar on all websites. And one of the main goals of website managers is to capture as much of that bounce traffic as possible before they leave, because it's just completely wasted traffic. Well, as always, when I have a problem, I put my coding skill to work and I create a solution. And the next minute, I want to show you the WordPress plugin that I created to solve my bounce problem, and then I'll show you some of the results that I've been getting. So after you install the plugin on your site, you're going to see a screen that looks like this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and click on the Create New button. This is then going to ask you to enter in a few settings. The first setting is the redirect name, and this is just for your reference only so you can remember what this bounce redirect is for. For my example, I'm just going to go ahead and enter in test. It's then going to ask me for the redirect URL. So what BounceBaby does is it detects when somebody is about to leave the page on your site, and it loads a new page in its place just before they leave. The ideal thing for this new page to be is going to be some kind of special offer or something that's going to entice them to stay on your site so they don't bounce away. In order to load a new page on your site when the visitor is about to leave, you have to tell BounceBaby which page to load. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and enter in a quick squeeze page that I created with my Profit Canvas software. I'll go ahead and type it in right there. The BounceBaby WordPress plugin loads this new site inside of an iframe, and you're going to have to decide if you want that iframe to have scrolling or not. If you have all of your content of the page that you load in the iframe above the fold, you don't need scrolling. If you're going to have things above and below the fold, if it's going to be a large page, you're going to need to enable scrolling. I'm just going to go ahead and leave scrolling off since this is a squeeze page and I have all the content above the fold, so the user won't need to have scrolling. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on Save, and it's going to go ahead and save my redirect. I'm almost ready to use the plugin, but there is still one more thing that I need to do. I need to go into the settings section and enter in a couple of settings. Now, as I said, BounceBaby is going to detect when someone's about to leave your site and load a new page to try to entice them to stay. And as I said, normally this is going to be a squeeze page or a special offer. Now, what happens though is on occasion, regular visitors are going to be coming back to your site over and over again. And you don't want to keep showing that same redirect to the regular visitors, because what will happen is you'll just start to annoy them. What you really only want to do is show your bounce redirect to new visitors or visitors that only occasionally visit your site. So because of this, you can actually enter in a number of days before showing the bounce redirect again. And as you can see, I've entered in 30. What this means is that if the person sees a bounce redirect, they're not going to see it again on my site anywhere for at least 30 days. This way, I'm not constantly showing it to them every time they come back to my site, and I'm not annoying my regular site visitors. You want to be able to capture the new visitors that are bouncing away, but you don't want to annoy your regular site visitors as well. Finally, you're going to see an option here that says Add to Entire Site. The default is going to be none. But if you want to change this, you can go ahead and select one of your bounce redirects, and BounceBaby will put that on all the pages and all the posts of your entire site. If you don't want to put it on your entire site, or if you want to have different bounces on different pages of your site, go ahead and select none, and then you can use the shortcode to put them on specific pages or specific posts. I'm going to leave this set to none. Click on Save Settings, and then in order to put my bounce redirect on the pages and posts that I want, all I need to do is go ahead and grab this shortcode, and when I'm typing my post or my page content, simply add that shortcode at the bottom of the content in the WordPress WYSIWYG editor, and my bounce will show on that specific page or post only. The last thing I want to explain is these icons. And the icons are largely self-explanatory, but I'll go over them really quick anyway. The first icon is so that you can edit your bounce. So if you want to change the URL or you want to change one of its settings, you can go ahead and click on the edit. If you don't want to use it anymore, you can go ahead and click on the delete button. Finally, BounceBaby will track the number of people that trigger your bounce. If you want to go ahead and see the statistics on that, simply click on the stats button. It will show you the name of the bounce that you're looking at the stats for, the lifetime redirects, and also daily stacks for the last 5 days. Of course, I just created this bounce, so there are no stats showing right now. Let me go ahead and put my shortcode on one of my test posts so you can see exactly how it works. So I'll just go ahead and grab this shortcode. I'll take it over to one of my test posts. I'll paste it in the post content. Now, normally I would actually have some content in this post, but I'm just doing an example, so I'm just going to go ahead and paste in my shortcode. I'll click on Update to update the post, and then we'll go ahead and view this post in our browser, and I'll show you exactly what happens when a person tries to leave the site. Okay, so here's my post on WordPress. Again, it's just a test post, so there's no actual content on it. You might notice that the shortcode doesn't actually show. That's because WordPress takes it out. But the shortcode is activated and it is doing what it's supposed to do. Watch what happens when I try to leave the site. When I move my mouse up to the top of the screen to click one of the browser buttons or to type in a new URL, you'll see it trigger. And it brings up my squeeze page, giving people an alert and giving me one last chance to capture this traffic before they bounce away. Also, if I move the screen recording window on the right-hand side here, you can see there is an option to go ahead and close this window. This way, if you're just trying to tell people to stay on your page before they miss out, you can have them close the window and they will remain on your site. They don't actually leave your site at any point during this process. So I've closed the window. They're still on my site. And since I set a 30-day cookie telling the BounceBaby plugin not to show people bounces more than once every 30 days, if I go ahead and reset the screen, they're not going to see it anymore. So I'm not going to bother my existing users that are returning to my site over and over again by showing them this bounce redirect all the time. Now, I've been running the BounceBaby WordPress plugin on my site for the last couple of days, and I've been showing them an opt-in form. So when they go to leave my site, I'm showing them a squeeze page to try to get them to opt into my email list. And in the last 5 days alone, 1,053 people who would have bounced away and been totally lost to me forever have seen that squeeze page because of my BounceBaby plugin. And over 120 people have chosen to opt in. So instead of having thousands of people leave my site without getting me any benefit, I ended up getting over 120 opt-ins to my email list. If you're running any type of website, no matter how big or how small it is, eventually you are going to have an issue with bounces. My BounceBaby WordPress plugin can give you one last chance to capture that traffic before they bounce away and be lost to you forever. Now, I know what you're thinking to yourself. Okay, that's great, but what's this going to cost me? I'm just going to sell a useful tool at a fair price to people who actually need it. If you're running a website, you're going to need to control your bounces. Every time somebody bounces away, it's traffic that's wasted. It's an opportunity that's lost. The BounceBaby WordPress plugin is going to help you control your bounces and capture that lost traffic. So if you're a website owner, click the link below and pick up BounceBaby right now.